Greetings everybody, Nikki Brown here. No matter where you are and what part of the world you are in, I hope that you are having a good day. So, I am here to talk about the last and final chakra. I skipped over one. I thought I skipped over two, but I skipped over one. And that is your pineal gland. It's also called the third eye chakra or the higher consciousness or sixth sense. The color is indigo. So this is indigo. That's the color of indigo. Ooh. The mantra for the third eye chakra is I see. It's the third eye, which is basically your intuition, or again, your sixth sense. The symbol is the lotus flower or reversed triangle. So a triangle in reverse. In Sanskrit, it's known as the Ajna chakra. Again, your intuition. It is located in the center of the forehead, like I said, here, and determines your knowledge and reality. This is where our gift of clairvoyance lives. So when you hear people say mother's intuition or my instincts or my intuition, my spidey senses were tingling, I like to say sometimes. This is what people mean. They're kind of tapped into their higher self. When it is balanced, it rules your perception, and of course this is in a good way. It rules your perception, awareness, wisdom, visualization, clarity, spiritual connection, discernment, imagination, creative dreams, provides insight, clear mental blocks. It helps you clear mental blocks, invites in a new reality, and or turns dreams into reality, right? So we heard your thoughts become things, or as above, so below, or as a man thinketh, so is he. And of course, when we say as a man thinketh, that does not just mean a male, it means a male or female. So if your thoughts become things, and however you think is basically who you are, then what are you thinking? What are your thoughts? Are they clear or are they blocked? Are you always complaining? These are things that you may need to ask yourself. When your pineal gland is blocked or underactive, or some people say it's spinning slow, like they say it doesn't stop, but it spins slower, and there may be a blockage that's slowing it down, right? So when it's blocked or underactive, it decreases the quality of your life, right? It hinders spiritual enlightenment. There's a sense of disconnection from others and nature. We are spiritual beings, right? Here having a human experience in a physical body, right? But as KRS-One likes to say, it's your rock star. We are not the body that we live in. We are that person that you hear talking in your head when your mouth is not moving. The body is just the body. It's not who you are. It's just like the vessel that you use, or the suit, or what do they call it? The birthday suit, right? It's called a suit for a reason. This is just a suit, right? And if the suit, something happens to the suit, that energy though is still there. That soul, that spirit, whatever you call it, is still there. Because energy is neither created nor destroyed, right? So you're still that energy. Your memory may still live on in the physical, even if, you know, with other people, even if you're not here in the physical anymore. But again, you are not your body. We like to dress it up and, you know, make it look handsome or make it look pretty, but really that's not who you are. What we are is natural beings that really should coexist with nature, right? We should be one with nature, really. And, you know, this may be a little off topic, but whatever we consume, we should be returning in nature, right? What do I mean by that? Why do we use the restroom and the toilet? We're really supposed to return it to the earth. It may not sound like something, because we're so far removed from it. It sounds foreign, right? It sounds crazy. It sounds, oh, I'm not doing that. But really, that's the natural way, right? We're supposed to be able to understand the bird's language. We should be able to hug a tree and not think that people are going to look at us like we're weird. We should be able to walk around barefoot in the grass and on the dirt without people thinking we're crazy. Like, that is what we're supposed to do. We are supposed to connect with nature. I'll even take it a step further. Why do we wear clothes? Why do we wear shoes? We're really not meant to be confined in that way. Especially, like, I got rid of most of the things that I own that are black, but I do still own a few black pieces. But when we wear dark colors like this, the dye rubs up against our skin and it actually seeps down into our pores. The best color to actually wear is white, although that has been bleached in most cases. But if it's an organic cotton that's pretty much unbleached, then maybe they just, you know, heat clean it or heat steam it. That's what really, if anything, should be up against our skin, or some type of natural animal hide. Now, I understand that people have different feelings about, you know, animals and wearing leather or fur. However, the way that leather and fur is processed today is not the same as the way our ancestors did it. You know, they saw the animal as sacred and they didn't waste any part of it. And if there was some reason, like they wanted it to rain and they wanted to make a sacrifice to the gods, the polytheistic gods, right? They would do it in a ritualistic way. And you know, the animal was considered sacred, and they would, you know, kill it in a humane way, and again use every part of that animal, not only to feed off of, but again use those parts to wear as well. And then that meat was shared with everyone. They didn't eat meat all day, every day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, snacks in between, 7 days a week. That's not what they did. It was on special occasions, again, because of a purpose. They wanted to satisfy a purpose, like making it rain so that the crops can grow. It was all about harvesting. That mentality was all about harvest and the harvest season. It wasn't just, you know, slaughtering an animal for the sake of it. So yeah, we should really coexist with nature. We should, again, you know, we think people like Crocodile Dundee or the other guy that they're crazy or weird, or people that handle snakes. Oh, I would never do that. But you've seen African women walk next to lions and tame them. You know, whatever type of animal. Hyenas, I've seen, you know, people walk next to hyenas and everything. Not tame them and put them in a cage, though. Like, that's not the natural way to do it. But I've used to say this all the time. I want my energy to be so calm and serene that a bird or a butterfly or even any type of insect just feels comfortable landing on my skin. That's when you know you're like at total one and peace within yourself, and just calm and serene, and not, you know, you don't let things of the world sway you or take you off your square. You become judgmental when your pineal gland is blocked. You're sensitive to light. You're depressed, anxious, sad. You have an inability to use your imagination and be creative. You can't remember your dreams. You eat a lot of processed foods. You're not able to concentrate, process information, or stay calm. And you also have a fear of the unknown, right? Inability to use your imagination. It surprises me when, let's say, you watch some of these home shows and they may be going to a fixer-upper, right? Some people can't see the potential. All they see is the mess, or the dirt floor, or somebody knocked down the walls, or somebody wrote on the wall, or it smells in here. They cannot get past the chaos or the filth to see the potential of what could be. So they're like, oh, I don't even want to look in there because, and this is not to pick on anybody, but they're like, I don't even want to look in there because I can't see the potential. Just like with a human being, right? Let's just use this as an example, Michelle Obama and Barack Obama. Although he wasn't where he needed to be at the time that we met, she was already an attorney and he was still a student and an intern. She saw his potential. Now, she did not just go for him right away, right? It took time. They took time to get to know each other. I don't think she went out with him the first few times he asked. So it was a process. So it didn't just come easy, but eventually, she was like, okay, this seems like a good person that I can build a life with, right? And she accepted his offer. But some people can't see the potential. Now, we do have some people out here that may be tricksters and may not be dishonest about who they are, the way that they are up front. And they, that's a whole other story though. But there are some good men or good women out there who have potential, but it's being overlooked. I was watching a video earlier and the guy said, the woman who seems boring, right? She doesn't dress promiscuously and have everything half out, and go to the club, or, she maybe goes to church. Not that, it's about going to church. But she just lives a certain lifestyle. We'll say that she lives a more righteous lifestyle, and does things with integrity and respect for herself. Maybe she's in school. Maybe she's that homebody. Again, boring. She's considered boring, and he would rather, have the girl that's not considered boring. But then when it doesn't work out, some of those same people will say, oh, there are no good men out there, or there are no good women out there. Or you'll have certain women that maybe, oh, well, he's not tall enough, or I don't like the kind of shoes he wears. I don't like how he dresses. Things like that, though, for me, if you really like a guy, but you don't like the way the shoes that he wears, that could be a conversation for later. Like, hey, baby, let's go shopping for some shoes. Ooh, those would look good on you. I would love to see you in some of those. But some people won't allow it to even go that far. They'll just completely dismiss the person. Maybe he wears a uniform, his work uniform was dirty, but maybe he's a mechanic, or, something where he kind of gets dirty. Again, the point is the potential is overlooked because of some shallow or superficial thing that he or she may have going on that really doesn't have anything to do with their character. But again, this person is overlooked because people can't see their potential. And that fear of the unknown, right? Um, it makes some of us reserved when it comes to love and relationships. Um, not wanting to try something new, not wanting to, you know, people will go into a job that they hate every day and complain rather than find something new. They'll just stick with it and again complain, um, but because they don't know what's on the other side, they don't even try half the time. And again, that's where that depression and sadness and anxiety comes from. And then you can't even be creative and do something outside the box. And if somebody else does something outside the box, it's like, ugh, you know, why is that person doing that? You know, I do stuff to stay safe. So, you know, and then they may say something like, oh, well, I stay safe. It may look boring, but I'm able to do this and I'm able to do that. But that has nothing to do with anything, right? Just because you're not tapped into your creativity doesn't mean that somebody else shouldn't be and that they shouldn't live their lives accordingly. But this is one of the things that happens. Again, people become judgmental. It hinders their spiritual enlightenment. And they think the way that they're proceeding is justified or righteous, when it's very unrighteous and quote unquote ungodly. Right? People love to talk about certain things, but these behaviors are ungodly. But you can't go around telling people, oh, you need to clean your pineal gland. They're going to look at you like, what? But here I am, right? Okay, to unblock your pineal gland or get it to spin properly, pay attention to your dreams. Now, if you're forgetting your dreams, which is one of the signs of having a blocked pineal gland, you may want to write them down. My suggestion is to get a notebook and a pen and keep it by your bed or on your bed. If you sleep alone, you can put it on the bed next to you so that as soon as you open your eyes, before your feet touch the floor, because usually once your feet touch the floor, you're definitely going to forget, right? But if you can remember some of the dream before your feet touch the floor, write it down. You may have to come back to it later, but write it down. Meditate. Practice your breathing. Breathing in and breathing out. Spiritual practitioners teach different breathing techniques. There are a lot of different breathing techniques. Some say in through the nose, out through the nose. Some say in through the nose, out through the mouth. Some tell you to take those quick, almost like not the Heimlich, Lamaze class for a pregnant woman. Some tell you to practice those. And it's a more rapid breathing techniques. But again, there are a lot of different breathing techniques. There's even different techniques that in yoga that you can do with your body. So unlike the other 6 chakras, the pineal gland specifically benefits from Kundalini yoga, right? I know that's probably like, oh, you know, for most people, but yeah, the Kundalini yoga is best. Now, you should do the other forms of yoga as well, but Kundalini yoga specifically is great to unblock the pineal gland. Also, eating healthy. Foods like goji berries, watermelon, star anise, coconut oil, ginseng, cilantro, and vitamin D3. Or foods rich in vitamin D3. Or, of course, you can always go out and get you some sun, right? Use or diffuse essential oils like jasmine, frankincense, lavender, lemon, sandalwood, basil, or pine. And also going back to the eating healthy, remember that eating a lot of processed foods is one of the signs that your pineal gland is blocked, because there's that inability to make good decisions, right? So eating healthy will help to clear that. so that you can make better decisions, and concentrate and focus, right? So yep, along with eating, you know, the essential oils, like I said, jasmine, frankincense, lavender, lemon, sandalwood, basil, or pine. You can make some lemon basil lemonade. I would say sweeten it with agave. Honey is another thing that's good for your pineal gland. If you're not a vegan, you can use honey to sweeten it. So lemon basil lemonade sweetened with honey is a good drink that you can drink. Lavender, you can have lavender flowers, hang them upside down, let them dry. You can have a lavender plant. Your yard can have lavender. You can have lavender essential oils, put it in a diffuser or oil burner. You can either take a bath in lavender essential oils. Frankincense, love that. You can burn frankincense resin. Get you some charcoal. I don't have any charcoal right now. But I do have the resin. I don't know if you can see that. That's frankincense. And you will put it on a piece of charcoal. They make charcoal specifically for burning resins, and it comes round about that size. You would light the charcoal using something like this, and I would get something I use these two to hold the charcoal because it can burn your fingers. So I would get a piece, hold it, then light it, and then put it in whatever burner or ashtray, aluminum foil, whatever you decide to use. And once you get a good light on it, or good burn, I call on it, then you will put your frankincense resin on top, and it smells so good. Oh my goodness. Sometimes it gets a little smoky, but it smells so good. I don't mind the smoke. But you know, if you're doing it for the first time, it may be a little bit much for you. You may want to stick to the essential oil, which is fine too. Body tapping. That is tapping. I may have done a video about tapping. I don't remember, but yeah, body tapping is good for the pineal gland, especially if you tap the pineal gland, right? Crystals. I don't have all my children on me today. I had them on earlier, but then I started washing dishes, so I took them off. But these are some of my babies. I call them my babies. I have my babies all over the place. In front of me, beside me. And I wear my babies too. I have one of my babies in my brassiere. So, I love my babies. But more specifically, crystals that are indigo in color. Let's see. This is sodalite. It's pretty indigo. Hold on, y'all. Ooh. Okay, so something like lapis lazuli, that's lapis. Amethyst, labradorite. I had a really pretty labradorite bracelet, but I sold it. It was so pretty. That was one of my favorites. Purple sapphire. I don't have any sapphire. Or even blue sapphire. I don't have sapphire though. But you can probably look it up if you want to see what that looks like. Rhodonite, labradorite, I already said, and purple tourmaline. So this is black tourmaline, if you can see that. Not to be vulgar, but that's black tourmaline. So instead of black tourmaline, which is more popular, you can get some purple tourmaline, right? Or like an indigo purple color. Sound healing and Reiki will also help to unblock your third eye chakra. And you can also cleanse and detox the third eye by using basil and key lime. So you can make like a basil key lime drink as well. Or you can use the basil essential oil. I have taken a drop or two and put it on my forehead right there. But of course, again, you can use the basil essential oil in your diffuser or oil burner. You can make a drink, and you can use a fresh herb too, the basil herb or the essential oil. It's totally up to you. All right, so that completes the series of the 7 chakras. I hope that it was helpful, all the information, why they get blocked, how to unblock them, and just additional information about what they mean and how they exist or where they exist within the temple, the body temple, right? So again, I hope that this was helpful. And as always, if you have any questions, feel free to inbox me. All right, love y'all. Later. Mwah.